Welcome to FIFA Be A Pro, and we're just starting out here. I have FIFA 15, so it's an older, it's not the latest version. So we're going to start out as a striker. Uh, so we're 5'5", 154 pounds and lean, which give us our stats, skills, whatever you want to call it, something decent for us to be able to start out with. It gives us an overall of 67. We decided to make our nationality German. Now, I'm an actual Canadian, but the problem with FIFA 15, there's not an international Canada team. So, for us to be able to do some of the international stuff, hopefully, I've read that there's bugs for 15. Now, it might be fixed by now. A lot of these reports that I read are actually from early 2015, like around the time that this game came out in 2015. So early in its life. So we're going to do that and see if we can get into some of the international stuff like the World Cup and such. Hopefully, I've got the formation right that they will take a striker. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Uh, and I've played with the the difficulty. I've tried a few different ones before I started this. By playing another career series a little bit beforehand, just to get an idea. So I'm still trying to balance it out, and hopefully the games aren't way too big, but also at the same time I don't want to be. It's so hard that I can barely ever score, because the idea is to have fun. That's what I do. I have fun. I don't need it to be 100% realistic, but at the same time, I don't want a blowout of 10-0 games almost every time I play. So we're trying to look at something where it's going to be 2-3 goals for our team per game. Ideally, maybe maximum 5 for just one team to get. That's the most I want in an entire game. We have it set up that it's only 4 minutes each, so that's the plan here for this game. So we've decided that we'd pick Hertha Berlin as the team. So since our nationality is German, my actual background is German. When you go back far enough, that's why I picked Germany. Plus, I've lived in Germany when I was in school, so I went there and lived there for a year. So I really like the country and everything. And plus, my background on my father's side is German, and so that's why I picked Germany as the nationality instead of my native Canadian, because of plus the fact that I told you already that I want to do the international games, hopefully, and try to be able to go to the World Cup and everything. That's something that I like. It's something that I wish some other games incorporated, like hockey, like the NHL series. I wish they incorporated the ability to do some of the international tournaments and stuff like that in your career mode and such, or going to Olympics or whatever. I think it would be a good idea, especially now that the World Cup's coming back. And when you're a junior, World Junior Cup would have been nice, especially if you're doing quite a few years in the CHL level. Then it would be nice to be able to do that as well. But that's one of the things that's It's what happens when you have different teams designing the different games, right? So, anyways, so this is what we're going to do for this series. I apologize to any of my viewers that wish that I was updated to the latest version of the game, but I'm not. So this is what the plan is for the here going out. So I've already looked at our expectations. It's the standard expectation of having having your rating to be above 6.0, 5 goals in the season, 5 assists in the season, and getting an average of 10% or better for your shots to goal percentage. So it's the same. So we're going to see. Chances are, being as that I picked a European team, I'm probably going to end up being on loan to a team that's on a lower league than the top league for my first couple of seasons. So let's just advance and see how it goes. See what happens to us. Chances are we're going to be lent out, which is fine for anything. So if we go to I'll just stop it here in our advancing, and we go here, and so future HSBC have decided to, so like he said, he's decided that I should go out on a loan, like I said, what's going to most likely happen. So right now it's been sent out that anyone that wants to borrow us can, and then moment, blah blah blah. Sorry, I gotta read this. So I know you're focusing on your Hertha Berlin career at the moment, but I wouldn't be doing my job as your agent if I didn't remind you that it is critical for you to get called up to the Germany national team in order to continue to grow as a player and become a legend. You're certainly seen as a prospect by the national team manager, and he'll be getting reports on your progress, so yeah, it's very important that you put together some good performance with your club. That's my first time ever reading this, because every time I've ever done this, I've always selected myself as Canadian. And so this time I selected myself as a country that actually has an international team on this game. So that was a new one for me. So I guess it's also important to try to become a member of your national team, according to this. So that's another strive for the game, for your progression and your career, which is something that we wanted to do. That's the whole reason why we picked a country that our nationality for a country that has a team in this game. In real life, Canada does have a team. Why they didn't put it in is not of my knowledge. Personally, I would have liked it that they had a Canadian team, because if you're good enough that you can pull the whole team along to win the World Cup, hey, that'd be pretty cool. To be the reason why Canada won its first and only World Cup, kind of thing. That's the whole reason why you play video games, right? To be able to do something that's not happening in real life. So Stevenage. I guess we got a loan offer from that. So we've been sent to them. So let's look at this offer. So we'll still be getting $10,000 per week. So might as well accept, because we want to be able to have progression. Like, if we stall or reject, this could just prevent us from being able to play, which means it takes longer for us to actually build our skills to get better. So might as well sign it. It's our first one. You don't want to really make a big deal, especially of your first time. This is like, it's different if you're you've established yourself, and yeah, you don't want to play for this team or you don't want to play for that team. You're looking at your contracts here. Then it's the position. So here's our expectation: to have a rating of 6.4 or better, 15 goals in the season. So it's gone up since we've been sent on loan. Our secondary objectives is to have 5 assists, and our goal to shot conversion percentage has gone up to 13% instead of 10. So that's not so bad. The two of them went up, 6.4 and 13%. Should be still very viable, able to do. 15 goals, well, we'll have to see how the difficulty is. I may have to adjust that as I go along, because like I said, I want to be able to achieve all my goals, but I also don't want it to be ridiculously easy where I'm just blowing out the other team all the time. There's a difference. Like, if you've seen my other sports series, I try to keep it that I can't do everything on my own. So like the hockey, I'm constantly adjusting it to something where, yeah, we're winning majority of the games, we lose some of them, because that's the whole point. You want to try to win the title each year and everything. And then if you look at my baseball, it's yeah, I get MVP almost all the time in baseball, but I've changed it that the only thing I control is when I'm at bat. So we lose games when sometimes, because if the other teammates can't do anything, sometimes what I do doesn't do anything, and so and again, there I'm adjusting it as I go along as well. So that's the plan here as well. Like, I want to be able to do well, and there's our expectations again. And so that's the whole plan. It's just, I like to win the title as much as possible, get the golden boot as much as possible. I won't lie, like, I play to win, because to me that's fun. That's what is fun. Now I do need to change my number. Now, where do I change my number? Because I don't know. That's going to be one of the difficult things. Because they changed it on me. So apparently yeah, I don't have it very hard, but that's why I am a player, a gamer anyway, so that's the whole reason. But I want to figure out how to change the number on my back, because I have a set number that I always use. So maybe it's here. Here we go. So advance. So we got our number that we wanted. And our first game will be against some team that I can't pronounce. Estudiant. I'm guessing it's Spanish. So it's a friendly game here. So we got 2 friendlies, 3 friendlies before before it begins, and then you got your league matches. We got our cup matches. I don't know if they're all for, no, this one's J Paint Trophy, this one's for Capital One Cup. Do we have any other types of matches? Looking through our calendar, it looks like we just have the 2 at the moment towards those 2 cups. Now that will change over time, the calendar, because usually those games are the first ones, and if you win, you qualify for going on to another one. Yeah, generally I find and then there's the international matches. Will look like the world, a globe, but with North and South America, and then you got the European matches, which we aren't in right now. So let's move on and get ready and play our first game here. Alright, so let's give them their away color and start this game. So there is a glitch that I know of, which is this here. If I do some of these training, it will sometimes cause the game to crash. So I wait till it says press the option button, because
Martin Tyler here with Alan Smith. Hello to you all, and welcome to today's game.
So this is the only friendly match that will be part of any of the episodes. The plan is to do the odd game, and then each one that has to do with any type of tournament, we will do those as well. So
Gaston Gil Romero, and in he goes with the tackle.
Alright, so we'll see how this is doing, because I've adjusted since the last time I played, and
it's very good skill. He's made the defender look a bit awkward there. It's a chance. Pick his
he's
hit the bar,
almost got our first assist there, but hit the bar. So I might have gave it to him a bit too strong there, but it was a good try there. It's only a friendly, so it's not a big deal, because it doesn't go towards our stats or anything, towards our objective. The objective is towards the main season, not including the I don't believe it includes tournaments and stuff like that. So
opportunity here,
and there's our first goal,
and they've scored, and they've opened the scoring here
of our career. So there we go, first goal of the career, which is pretty good. Now I've heard of some things saying to do. Some people I read on their things that they suggest doing five games of raining and 5 games of snowing, guaranteed. Like you set it up that that's what the weather's like, and then you get that out of the way, and it helps build up your skills. So it might be something I'll look at. So we're playing around here. We're going to see how big of a game this is. Hopefully it's not dominating, like huge domination of like 10-0 or something. So
the opponents come in strongly.
We'll play. Like I said, the plan is to play do an episode of a season game every so often, and then every tournament game, unless we're on a suspension or something. Chances are we won't be on too many suspensions. Injuries, possibly. Suspension, I don't think so, because I try to avoid doing certain tackles that could possibly be giving me a card, because I don't want to get a red card very often or a yellow card. I like to try to keep that as low as possible. So I'm already thinking I may have to do some adjustments again to lower how many goals I get, because I've already gotten 2 and it's only been 15 minutes in. Now our actual game is 4-minute halves, so it's 45 minutes less than the 4 minutes. However that works out, plus any extra time will be added on top of that. I don't know how that's calculated. So our rating right now is a 7.1, and as you see, our average rating has to be a 6.4 over the season.
Look at the space he's got. Here's the chance.
And we got our 3rd goal already. So yeah, definitely going to have to do some adjustments before the first game. I have 2 more friendlies that I can play around with, but I won't be doing an episode of those ones. The next episode after this one will be one of the season games, most likely. Hopefully the season opener, but I can't guarantee that because they might not select me to play. So we'll have to see if I'm selected to play or not during the season opener. So we got 3 goals in this friendly, this first friendly.
The strength of this team really indicated by the scoreline.
Now, I know some of you might say, oh, you're really easy, but I used to when I first started playing this, I had to be on beginner. So, like I've said in many other of my videos, I am not the best player in the world of any type of video game.
Ryan. Here he is with a chance. He's gone for goal.
And there we go. We got 4 goals already. So yeah, it's going to be a super dominant game, which I'll have to adjust after this again. I like winning. I just don't like winning by a blowout. I usually like to keep it close.
And that's a goal well
possibility of losing, but keep it close for the most part. And I find they do a lot of replay. in this game.
4-0.
And that's another reason why I don't like scoring a lot, because there's a lot of replay. And when I do videos, I don't like to skip too much stuff.
To be a throw here. And that's a quick reaction from the thrower. Game on again.
All right, so...
And in goes the cross. Well done, powerful header.
So we tried there, but we didn't get up there.
Real tussle for the ball.
So yes, it's very possible for us to get injuries, because I like to use up a lot of my energy.
Henry.
So my stamina is usually low quite often, and so I'm prone to getting injuries, especially the beginning of a career.
And here's the shot. Great stop. Now it's a corner.
All right, so we got another corner here. Let's see what we can do. So 5 minutes added time to the first half.
Wonderful ball, and he takes the shot.
And we got our fifth.
Right into the bottom corner.
Fourth for us, fifth for the team.
And he simply stroked that one home, giving the keeper no chance.
It's a goal worth looking at again, isn't it?
No. All right.
Well, they're a top team, and the scoreline absolutely shows that.
So let's get these extra 5 minutes done with.
Romero.
And that's it for the first half.
What has been a very surprising first half. First half, which has all been about making chances and taking chances, and just one team has done that, and it's reflected on the half-time scoreline.
I think that's fair. They've taken the chances. I mean, in terms of possession, it's been more equal, but their strikers have been the ones on form.
So as you can see, we got 4 out of 5 of the goals. So at this rate, if the second half's the same as the first half, then potentially we have a 10-0 game, which I don't really care for. So, like I've said, I'm going to try to play with the settings to try to get something more accommodating towards a more close to realistic, but still on my side that I potentially win. So let's start and play with the second half here, and
one-sided first half.
See how it
and
goes.
A real opportunity for the team that dominated it to stretch their lead even more.
So I did do a little bit of adjustment between the two halves, and we'll see what happens. Just with the sliders, because you can't adjust the overall difficulty. So I just played with the sliders a bit to see if it helps.
And he's headed it goalwards.
And we almost got a goal, but
and hits it. And that's
it went off the bar.
Not really what the attacker had in mind.
No, I was actually thought it would lift a little bit, because I was trying to give it a little bit.
The away team. It's a quick break. He's on his way now. And he shoots.
And we got another goal.
Well, I've missed a few of these in my time.
So the adjustment didn't do a whole lot.
But he made it look easy then, I've got to say.
A good look here.
I can't increase the difficulty
of the goal
until the next game. So
It's time for some fresh legs here.
And so who are they substituting
This
for?
is looking pretty humiliating.
Okay, so Bond off
6-0.
and Perret
Fernandez.
on.
Auski. On the home
So I like
bench,
to do
a
the standing
substitute is
tackle,
clearly getting ready
which
to
is
come
not
on.
the most effective. The
plastic
slide
marker.
tackle is more effective, but it's the one that's
McAllister.
more potential of you
Ryan.
getting a card, a yellow
through.
or a red
Really
card.
the clear now, in on goal. And here's the shot, but it has hit the goalkeeper, but it's deflected into the net.
So my adjustment hasn't really done a whole lot. Basically what I did was
And what a
slow
strike
myself
that was.
down a little
It's
bit,
just arrowed
and
into that right-hand side of the goal.
whoever I
Let's have
control,
another peek at that
and
goal.
decrease the shot speeds a little bit, but not a whole lot. Because ideally what we're going to do is just change the difficulty by the next game. So
Coming off now is the winger who's had a decent outing, hasn't he? Some real contributions.
Oh, he has, and he's got the
All
crowd
right,
up
Martin
on
off
their feet
and
many
Deacon
times
on.
this match. Well played, son.
Well, this has turned into an absolute rout. Here comes the cross.
so it's higher than I was expecting it to be.
Throw in here. Here's Lee.
Okay, that was a bad pass to me, if that
Lost
was
his
the
marker
intention.
cleverly. Great opportunity, and he goes for goal.
Oh.
Oh, it's the post.
Yeah.
Wonderful goal.
Hit the post, but the other guy got it. Thankfully, it's not the season yet, the league season yet, games.
That's a
Because
great
then I'd
piece
be a
of
little
tactical
upset
awareness by the
because
manager and
it
by the
would
player
mean
himself,
no
who's
assists
put
for
the
me.
instructions into practice.
I'm
Well,
pretty
here's the goal
sure.
again.
Pretty sure rebounds you don't get an assist for. You only get assist if the guy directly passes it to you, and then you get it. Like if you pass it directly to the other guy and he shoots it in, then you get an assist. So
There is a danger here that this match is becoming rather one-sided. Fernandez.
a danger? I think it's already there.
Let's see a substitute coming on for the away team here, and the shot's on, and he does his job fantastically well.
Well, he's got such stature, he doesn't believe he's going to get beaten in those one-on-ones, this keeper.
Number 14 is coming on, and
Can be
who's
a match
going
winner, this
off?
lad, but today
35.
no, and it was one of his lesser performances. I think it's a bit hard on him that the supporters seem to be happy to see him coming off.
Yeah, that's the life of a winger sometimes. You are dependent on your service and obviously dependent on what you do with the ball, and he's not been clever enough in possession today.
Safe hands from the keeper from that shot.
Keeper got it. And we lost that one there, which is fine. Let's expect
There's going to
it
be a
happens.
substitution. It's for the away team.
Can't be perfect.
He read it and cut it out. Ryan.
Out of my way there, ref. And we're coming up.
We
We
could
got
be in. He's through and he shoots.
we got
They've
pretty
got in
good
to
speed,
score
so
here.
as a striker. All right, let's get to the replays.
And he's just hit it so hard that it's gone over the keeper's head and he hasn't got time to react.
Different angle on it here.
And that's good enough. So we already have 6 in this game alone. after the natural hat trick. We've just been kind of dividing it up.
From the neutral perspective, you do love to see
another
players
substitute
playing as well as they can.
And that's substituting us off. So that's the end of the first game, which was a friendly for us. So we're off, and we'll just simulate the rest of the match, which will most likely just leave it as where it currently was. So our skills are going up a little bit from certain things like first match, a few chances created, stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed the first game. It was a nice little friendly that we just dominated in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing a little bit of adjustments here, and hopefully by the next one it won't be such a blowout win domination, but hopefully we still win the games in the future here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Keep your foot on the ball.